Hi there. This is my second video, which I want to talk about a series I was thinking of. A series that's called Keeping Up Appearances, and that's a series that I was watching recently. Or no, that's not true. I used to watch it in the past. Actually, I was just thinking of it. I was thinking of it recently, and yeah, it's very funny. It's a old lady that is constantly trying to keep up appearances. So she's trying to look a little or a lot more sophisticated and wealthy than she really is. So, sorry, I got distracted by my phone. Um, so her last name is Bucket, but that sounds like way um, like not sophisticated at all, like a bucket. So every time she picks up the phone or others address her, she corrects them. She's saying, no, it's not bucket, it's bouquet, and she has all these ways to try to keep up appearance, to try to make a better impression, like to make herself look more esteemed than she really is, and more yeah, and she thinks that that will get respect from others, but actually it's just quite irritating for people around her. It's very taxing. It's take a toll on her husband. He's constantly having to deal with her, putting a lot of demands on him to come across a certain way to others, and uh, yeah, and even her neighbors are, they kind of feel like terrorized by her because of the way she's acting. And when it comes to family, actually she's quite embarrassed also by her family, because her family is like um, uh, one one of her brothers, I think it's her brother, is like a beer drinker, and is like some low income beer drinker, has no motivation to work and drive, and he's not washing himself, and like I don't know, it's hilarious. And but every time her family comes around, she's so embarrassed in front of the neighbors. She acts like they're not her family at all. They're just some people, she doesn't want to be associated with. So she has all these embarrassments, and all these yeah, this kind of like building on air, like her reputation, her name, her everything. She's trying to make much more of it than it really is. And yeah, the show is very funny to watch. It's called Keeping Up Appearances. It's an older show. I used to watch it when I was younger, but yeah, when I was watching it back now, I kind of understand the program better, and I understand better like what the creators wanted to do with it, and what was that it's so, yeah. I just understand the idea behind it better now that I'm grown up and I watch it again. But even as a child, I already thought it was very funny. Um, but it spoke to me. I was thinking of, I don't know, I just, sometimes I wake up, I have a thought in my head, and like I think of some random thing, and this time it was this show. And so when I was watching the show back, I was thinking, oh wow, that's interesting. I feel like this kind of attitude that she's having, keeping up appearances, actually it also applies to me, because I feel in some areas, in my life, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm trying to keep up appearances. I'm putting a pressure on myself to be more successful than I really am, or to look more successful than I really am, to kind of have to keep up this kind of image, or as if you would have to need to show something to others, uh, that says, well, I'm performing well, look at me, or I'm living up to your standards, or whatever standards that I think I should live up to. And to kind of like not be so honest in the areas that you're struggling or really not that successful in, but kind of, having to make it still look better than it really is. And all that's doing, it's not really, it's not honest, it's not honest. And I think through my journey, what I want is, I want to grow being transparent and grow being honest, and be real with myself, be real with others, and yeah. So it's not being honest to yourself, to others, but also, as you see in the show, which is kind of funny but sad at the same time. It's like that Hyacinth, he's the main figure of the show I was talking about. This lady, she's putting so much pressure on her environment and everyone around her, and so it's pressuring and it's annoying for others around you if you're trying to live up to expectations, and by that, like, directly, indirectly, you're putting pressure or making your people around you uncomfortable, and at the same time, people can't see through it. The same you see in the show is that people around her, they see through it. They see through her facade, through her effort, to look better. They can see through it. They know what's going on anyway, So it's just, for in her world, it's so essential that she has to keep up this reputation. But people around her already know. They already know. Uh, what's the reality behind her. So it's kind of silly at the same time. It's what she's doing, the way she's living, that Hyacinth in the show. It's kind of a waste of time. She's stressing a lot over it, and she's wasting time trying to always look good. So in the same way, I think it applies to me and you as well, maybe. If you can relate to that these things take effort. It takes effort to look better than you really are, or to kind of keep up appearance in some area. It takes effort, and that is kind of wasted effort. You could, like, use that effort to just enjoy life more. You could use it to enjoy life, to yeah, just do fun things. And at the same time, if you would, not find your worth in achieving whatever it is that you think you need to achieve, and to have a kind of image of success, well, you don't have it, while you're not there yet, and you kind of feel like you need to show you're on top of the mountain while you're still, somewhere down or halfway, and you're struggling to get further up, to free yourself from that pressure to have to look like you're on top of it all the time, because you're not, and that's okay. I mean, that's human. And when you're free from the pressure, you don't find your security in being in that top spot, that top performance spot, all the time. It will help yourself, but I think just like in the show, it will also help others around you, because you'll be more relaxed around them, and that way also you'll be able to love them more unconditionally. That's it.